Many look at high intelligence as a lottery prize, a tool that simplifies life, solves problems instantly, and guarantees effortless success. But for those who live within such a mind, the reality is far more complex. Intelligence is not just an IQ score or a set of academic achievements. It is a high-definition lens that permanently alters how you perceive the world and the people around you. From the avatar's perspective, intelligence is a double-edged sword. While it allows you to see layers of reality that others ignore, this very perception can become a silent burden, creating invisible barriers between you and the rest of society. What most call a gift, you often experience as isolation. Today we will delve into the depths of the psychology behind this experience and explore the 8 real struggles that only truly sharp minds comprehend. The first of these struggles begins where most social interactions are born, in casual conversation. For most, small talk or superficial chatter about the weather, traffic, or what someone ate for lunch is a harmless and necessary form of connection. But for a highly intelligent mind, these interactions feel like empty calories. Your mind is not satisfied with the surface. It has what psychologists call a high need for cognition, a genuine hunger for deep thoughts, puzzles, ideas, and stories that carry weight. While a group enjoys discussing trivialities, you feel stuck in an endless loop, watching the ice melt in your glass and wondering if there will be any original thought in that room. For those trained to think deeply, silence is far more meaningful than another empty conversation about how quickly the week passed. To others, you seem antisocial, but in reality, your mind is simply hungry for something real. This hunger for depth is accompanied by a second constant struggle, your high-resolution radar. Having high intelligence is like living with an internal seismograph tuned to its maximum level. You don't just hear what people say, you read between the lines. Notice the subtle shift in tone of voice, the averted gaze, and the micro-expressions that most ignore. Psychologists show that intelligent people often perceive patterns of behavior and emotions that others miss. While this hyper-awareness is useful for analysis, it is emotionally exhausting. It's as if your brain sees all the hidden motives, every little white lie, and every sign of manipulation or negativity, even before the conversation begins. You translate a secret language that no one taught you, which makes you a human lie detector, but also someone who gets emotionally overwhelmed much faster than others. While everyone is laughing at a forced joke, you are the only one who perceives the tension behind it, transforming what should be a moment of leisure into a minefield of social analysis. When perception is sharp, action often becomes a labyrinth. The third struggle a superior mind faces is the paralysis of perfection, what the modern world calls overthinking. For you, nothing is simple. While others choose a path based on instinct or convenience, your mind refuses to accept good enough. You are constantly weighing variables, anticipating consequences, and seeking the absolute truth behind every decision. This incessant search is not indecision, it is intellectual rigor. But the price of this rigor is analysis that immobilizes. Your mind is capable of seeing so many angles, pros and cons, that the sheer weight of information ends up obstructing the way out. You don't fear error, you fear the waste of potential that you know you possess. Understand, for the avatar, perfection is an illusion that enslaves the wise, while the fool walks free simply because they don't know where they might stumble. This same internal complexity manifests in how you communicate, revealing the fourth struggle, selective silence. Have you noticed how people describe you as reserved or excessively serious? The truth is that you treat words as precision tools, not disposable noise. While most speak to fill the void, you speak to build. Every sentence in your mind goes through rigorous quality control, being edited and tested before it even reaches your lips. You understand that language shapes perception and that a misplaced word can ruin an idea or a bond. That's why you pause, you calculate. However, while you sculpt the perfect sentence with logic and rationality, the world around you has already moved on. To others you seem slow or distant. For the avatar, you are merely the architect who refuses to erect a structure on foundations of sand. And it is this need for solid foundations that leads us to the fifth struggle, the inability to accept blind authority. For many, hierarchy is a comfort. If a rule exists, or if a leader commands, there must be a reason. But for you, blind trust is an affront to logic. Your mind is programmed to test premises and find the gaps that others ignore for convenience. You don't question out of rebellion, but out of an instinct for intellectual survival. You see the contradictions and absurdities in established systems, and your mind simply refuses to ignore them. This often labels you as difficult, argumentative, or insubordinate. Teachers and bosses may feel threatened, but the truth is that you prefer the solitude of truth to the comfort of obedience. Remember, he who sees the mechanism of the clock will never be content with merely knowing the time. This keen perception, though powerful, exacts its highest price in the realm of human relationships, revealing the sixth struggle, loneliness in a crowd. For most, friendship is a matter of proximity and convenience. For you, it is a search for mirror minds. You do not accept disposable connections or superficial smiles that feel like empty calories for the soul. Often you prefer prolonged isolation to the burden of belonging to a group where no one truly understands you. This selectivity is frequently mistaken for arrogance or shyness, but the truth is that you are merely protecting your energy. Understand the avatar's perspective. The wise know that being alone is a state of preservation, while being in bad company is a state of erosion. It is better to walk alone at your own pace than to get lost trying to keep up with someone who doesn't know where they are going. From this search for depth arises the seventh struggle, the overwhelming weight of potential. The moment the world perceives your capacity, an invisible debt is incurred. Teachers expect excellence, family projects great futures, and you, more than anyone, demand the impossible from yourself. Each success brings no relief, only raises the bar for the next challenge. You live under what researchers call achievement pressure, where failure is not just a mistake, but proof that you wasted what was given to you. The mountain you climb never seems to have a top. The higher you go, the further the horizon moves. For the avatar, this is the trap of the intellectual ego, believing that your worth lies in what you produce and not in the essence of who you are. And finally, we arrive at the eighth and perhaps most painful struggle, the judgment of the harshest judge, yourself. Your mind, capable of analyzing the universe with surgical precision, inevitably turns that same blade against itself. You don't just make mistakes, you catalog them, dissect them, and relive them in an eternal loop. While the world applauds you for an achievement, you are too busy focusing on that one word you stumbled over or that small flaw no one else noticed. This toxic perfectionism prevents you from savoring the present. You are always in the before or the after, analyzing what has been done or calculating what is still missing. The truth the avatar brings you is that your intelligence has made you a master of criticism, but a novice in self-compassion. You see every crack in your own armor, forgetting that it is through these very fissures that the light of experience truly enters. Recognizing yourself in these struggles is not a sign that something is wrong with you, but a confirmation of your own nature. Having a mind that operates at a different frequency can seem like a curse in a world designed for the common, but the avatar teaches that awareness is the first step to mastery. Your mind is not a burden, it is a rare gift that requires balance, boundaries, and, above all, the right people around you. You are not too much. You just think with a depth that most have not yet learned to navigate. True wisdom is not in trying to dim your light so that others are not overshadowed, but in accepting that your intelligence, in its most natural form, is curious, adaptable, and profoundly human. In a society that rewards conformity and the superficial, your willingness to be authentic and honor your own complexity may be the smartest thing you will ever do. Do not fight against your essence. Learn to observe the world with the clarity that only you possess, but do not forget to reserve a space of silence for your own peace. If you felt that these words described parts of your soul that few can see, perhaps this is the place where you will finally be understood. Subscribe to our network to continue awakening the avatar within you. The journey of self-knowledge is long, but you don't have to walk it alone. We'll see you in the next video.